It's me again, coming back at you. How's everybody been? So it's been crazy around here. Life is that way at times. Hope everybody's been doing okay. We are back with a really cool chipboard project. Girl that I work with had one of these in at her desk at work, and I thought, that's really cool. I want to make one of those. It is a legal pad portfolio holder doohickey thing. I don't know the technical term for it. I just thought it was cool. But it holds a legal pad. We got a pocket over here. And we attached this hardware to the top to make it a clipboard. And I found these little clips on Amazon Haul. Have y'all ever tried Amazon Haul? It's like Temu, but Amazon version. Anyway, found these cute little clips in there, and the problem that I have found with it is it's supposed to hold a pen. I can't find a pen that'll fit in it. Look, none of my favorite pens will fit in it. Even I have trouble just getting a regular number 2 pencil in there. So at this point, it's just a pretty decoration, but I still like it. It is what it is. But I made this one, and again, legal pad will fit in here, and it has a pocket on the back so that you can take the legal pad out when you use it all up. Excuse me, and refill it. So yes, I have made 2. Check this one out. This one turned out so cute. It's Scooby-Doo, y'all. It's Scooby and the little monsters. I found this paper and I just thought it was adorable. So this one will be a gift for a friend of mine's daughter who actually absolutely loves Scooby-Doo. But I thought that one was cute and it turned out adorable. And it's the same thing, pocket, legal pad. So that's what we're going to make today. So what you're going to need is I've got 2 pieces of chipboard that are 9.5 by 12. And then I've got another piece that is going to be our spine, and it is 1/4 inch by 12. Do y'all remember when we made the expandable file folder, we used the scrapbook paper with the branding strip still attached because we needed that extra 1/2 inch to go over? Problem with this one is most legal pads are 11.5 to 11 3/4, so I need every bit of this 12-inch on my chipboard. Scrapbook paper is 12 by 12. And even if we left the branding strip on, we still wouldn't have enough for the flip that we need to cover it. So what I found was I have a roll of this craft paper. It's brown. And the paper that I'm going to use, it'll hopefully coordinate with this because Scooby-Doo, I used white paper on it. And don't tell anybody, it was actually a roll of freezer paper that I had in my kitchen. Hey, it worked. And it actually turned out really cute. So, but this paper, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby on clearance one time. And what it is it's a big roll of the paper like teachers would put on bulletin boards in their classrooms. Is what it is. And it was big enough so that we can use it to make a jacket for our boys. So let me get this unrolled here. And I know this is kind of loud. I'm so sorry. Hopefully it's loud because, last time I made a video, I recorded it with no sound. Didn't even realize I was recording with no sound. I don't know what I was doing. Sit that there and weigh that down on that side. Got my Dr. Pepper over here. We're going to weigh that corner down for now. Hold on. I did it again, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Let's get it up here where you can see it. There you go. All right. So we are going to make a cover, and I did not cut this straight because hopefully I will get my chipboard in there straight, and we can trim if we need to. So I got my chipboard, and I've got my little T spacers. They help with bookbinding. I'll show you what that is here in just a second. But I've already got my chipboard all double-sided sticky taped up. Start peeling here. It's supposed to get up in the 70s in the next couple days here in Georgia, and I'm looking forward to the warmth after our little bout of winter that we had. We actually got snow a couple of weeks ago, which is really weird for us, but we sometimes get a little bit, but Not like when I was living in Colorado snow, which I'm thankful for. That's why I love Colorado. All right, so like anyone that we're doing when we're making a book cover, is you want about an inch around. Put it out of the way there. And like I said, hopefully I'm putting this down straight. I'm going to put that there. And now our little spacer, I have to use 2 of them because they're not quite long enough, is our spine is going to go right here, and it's going to leave 5 millimeters worth of space in between, which gives us our bendy room, so to speak. And that way everything is nice and straight. Because me trying to make something straight, y'all know I struggle. I struggle. Alright, there we go. And then we'll just move it over here to this side. And the little T at the bottom, this part right here, helps me make sure everything, hopefully, is lined up. I'm trying to do this without my glasses. Why didn't y'all remind me to put my glasses on? Nikki, you know you can't see. Up close, anyway. Oh, back to 70 degrees. Yes, it is. But, however, what's going to happen, I know, is the bugs are going to start coming out. Something is inevitably going to start blooming, which will get my allergies going. But it's okay. Small price to pay to be warm for a little while. And now we're going to put, bump that up there. Y'all see my fat head? I hope not. I'm going to put this one down right up next to it. Smush it down. These come in handy. They really do. All right. Let's unhook it from the Dr. Pepper over here. All right. So like I said, we only need about an inch. So we're going to trim some of this off. And again, this is just that paper that teachers use in their classrooms to cover their bulletin boards. Comes in handy because it's, bigger than regular, paper when we need more than 12 inches. Oh, look at that. I got it all wrinkled up. All right, that's going to go well, I think, with our paper collection that we're using. It's giving that weathered look. And then, of course, we're going to smush it down, make sure our tape is good and stuff. We don't want any of that tape coming off. All right. So now, flip it back over, and we're going to fold this up. And yes, I know this is not straight, but we're going to glue it down and cover it up with paper. So it'll be okay. We just want to make sure we get a nice tight seal. And then what we're going to do is, most of the time I freehand these, but we're going to use this little thing right here and a rotary cutter, and we're going to cut that off. Just like that. So that we get our clean corners. Because we do that, as you know, to remove some of that bulk when we're trying to fold this up. It doesn't wrinkle as bad. So I'll drop that in my lap, y'all. Swoosh and swoosh. We do not want anything to come unglued. See right there, I ripped it a little bit, but that's all right. We're going to cover it up. So we want to make sure that we got a good fold on that side. We got a good fold on this side. All right. So there is our jacket. Alrighty. So this is, what did I say it was? 9.5 by 12. So we need to cut some paper for it. And the paper that we're using today is from 49 and Market. And as y'all know, I get the majority of my paper from our local little scrapbook store. Michelle and the ladies over there are wonderful. I try to get locally when I can, but I did pick this out. Actually, my husband picked out this paper because I'm actually making this one for him. He saw mine and decided that he wanted one. So, again, this is for 49 and Market. It's called Wanderlust Explorer. And they give you a bonus page on the back. Oh, that's kind of cool. And this is actually the page that he's picked out for his cover. So we'll just flip through kind of quick. It is 49 and Market makes some beautiful paper. They really do. Excuse me. They really, really do. I like those flowers. Those are pretty. Kind of a neat pattern. And this is the one that he picked out for his back cover. So that is that paper collection. So we're going to pull this one out because that's our back cover. And I'm going to go back up here. That's what he wants on his front cover. All right, so we're going to set this to the side because we'll need some more of it to make our pockets and things. So we'll set that to the side. And the reason that he picked that, and let me show you real quick. This paper collection that I used for this is a Mente paper. It's called, oh my gosh, I done forgot the name of it. Off we go, here we go, where we go, something like that. Anyway, it's been discontinued and it's hard to find, but he liked this part of it, this wood grain texture. So when we saw this paper pack at the store and he saw this, it reminded him of it. So we're going to put that on the back. So let's do some cutting real quick. Get our front cover. Y'all, I lost my paper trimmer. Good grief. You know where it was? Sitting under the paper. All right. So 9.5 by 12. We're going to cut this down to a hair under 12. We'll do about 11 3/4. And of course, my paper trimmer doesn't go to 11 3/4. This one doesn't. So we'll get out the other one. Here we go. All right. So we need about 11 3/4. Normally I would have cut that branding strip off, but we're going to cut the bottom off. So that's kind of cool. We might save those for those little quotes at the bottom. We'll save. And it's 9.5, so we're going to go to about 9 1/4. So which end do we want to chop off? That's the part I hate, is we're going to have to sacrifice something. We'll cut through Africa. What's that? And we'll save that because, you know what? That'll make something. I can make something out of that. All right, so there's our front coat. Let's go ahead and do the back while we're here. 11 3/4. Oh, look, this one has different quotes on it. Always take the scenic route. Life is short and the world is wide. And this one was, we live in a wonderful world that is full of beauty, charm, and adventure. So we're going to make something out of those because those are really cute. All right. Sorry. Squirrel moment. 9 1/4. And this has a cute front and back, so we can make bookmark out of that one. That's what I do with my scrap paper a lot, y'all. It's just, there's no sense throwing it away just because it's scrap. So I trim it down to 2x6 and we make bookmarks, laminate them. And we are good to go. All right. So All right, y'all. Our last piece of tape is on there, and I want to apologize. As I was sitting here double sided, putting tape on here, I happened to look over and realize that the camera angle was wonky. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I am not 100% sure when I bumped that camera, and made y'all all seasick and like going, "What the heck is Nikki doing over there?" I sincerely apologize. I think I need to drink Dr. Pepper after that one. So I can only imagine what y'all were thinking. Like I said, I must have jinxed myself when I said that I did that when I was making the Scooby Doo one. I jinxed myself and hit the camera. All right, so you got that done. Let's get our cover on. It doesn't really matter at this point which one's your front, which one's your back, but once you pick, you gotta stick with it. Now you gotta undo all this tape and play the lottery of let's see if Nikki can get this put down straight without bumping the camera. Oh, I am so sorry again. I just looked up and the camera angle was all wonkified. Wonkified is another southern term, in case y'all didn't know that. Alright. So we left about 1/4 of an inch, which gives us 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So this is going to be our front. And we just want to try to get it even on all sides before we commit to it. Alright. Alright. So there's our front. We'll put her on our back. And this one really doesn't have much of an orientation, so I just like to make sure before I start putting it down. Hopefully we got some, if y'all are local, we're hopefully getting into some bigger events. And I will definitely keep y'all posted so that y'all can come see us. Because I love getting out and meeting people as we try to grow YouTube and getting into the stores, things like that. It is a slow process, but we're getting there. All right, there's our front. There's our back. It is a hair off, but I think we'll be okay. All right, so what do we want to put on the inside? And again, we're going to cover this part and this part. And of course, 12 by 12 won't fit all the way across. So let's find something that I think he will like. Since he only told me the front. Alright, so we got another map here. This is kind of cool. That's a little too busy for him, I believe. So let's use this map. And what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this at about 11 3/4. And look, we got another quote. Blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures. So we're going to cut this like this. I'm only going to cut it off and we're going to use it over here because the majority of this is going to be covered up with our legal pad. So this side doesn't need to look as pretty as this side, in my opinion. You know what they say about opinions. They're kind of like, anyway. We won't get into that. I don't want to make YouTube mad telling jokes on my channel. So 11 3/4. And this paper is fibrous and it's doing that little fuzzy thing. Get that out of the way. Oh, look, I moved something without bonking the camera, y'all. I'm getting there. Ooh, that was pretty. Shouldn't have cut that one. Oh well. It's just paper, y'all. It's just paper. So let's bring this back in. Make sure our orientations are correct. Because I definitely don't want to put anything down upside down. Did I do this already? Make sure everything's good and stuck. Alright, let's, nope. We gotta cut the branding strip off. Let's cut the branding strip off this one. In case I need that, all 12 inches of that scrap or something. Alright, now we can cut the 1/4 inch off. 11 3/4. That really aggravates me when it does that fuzzy stuff. And again, I can make something out of that. Alrighty. So let's see. Which side? See, I'm torn. I kind of like that one, but it's really busy. And Shane is not really a busy person. So we'll do this one. All right. Let's taper down. All right. Let's bring this back over here. We're going to be doing this side now. And I forgot what my orientation was supposed to be. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this out of here because I did cover it up with the other tape a little bit. I didn't mean to. But it's okay. It's all good. Flip that over. Look at that. Crisis averted. All right. Okay, that's the top. Here's the bottom, which is the opposite of what I thought it was. But it's okay. It's all good. Okay, so this one I want to line up with this page. So, which I'm not quite sure why it matters at the bottom, Nikki, since that's going to be covered up with the pocket. Should have lined it up at the top. All right, I'll smush everything down. And again, I know it doesn't match. This part's going to be mainly covered up with our legal pad. Alrighty. So now, let's make some pockets. What do we want to make pockets of? I think we should make a pocket out of these, right here. So normally what I do is we're going to cut these 6 inches across. Bring this back in here. We're going to cut this down a bit. And I've got this piece that is now 6, but we're going to cut that branding strip off. And we're going to take this down to 9.5 because that's the width of our covers. We're going to do just a hair under 9.5. All right. Oh, that's cute. That'll make a cute bookmark. All right, so there's one. And 9.5. Let's make sure this is going to fit before we do the next step because we want this to bend. Nope. I need to shave a little bit off. Just a little bit. Better to cut it too big and shave some off than it be too small. Right, ladies? Sorry, had to throw that in there. All right, so there we go. That'll be it. So we are going to actually cut a hunk of this off, make it angled a little bit. And there's no measurement for this, y'all. I just eyeball it. I like to leave about an inch right here at the bottom and then just kind of make an angle cut. There we go. All right. So now let's go ahead and shave a little bit off of this one while we're here. Because the other one was a little too long. I feel like this one's going to be a little too long too. And when I say we're shaving it off, look, that's all I cut off was just that little bitty bit. Move that out of the way. And this pocket is going to go back here because that's what's going to hold our... Oh, you know what? I need to shave a little bit more of this one. Look at that. Okay. I'll get it together eventually, ladies and gents. And again, we're just shaving a little bit. I think this paper needs a shave. It is fibrous and fuzzy. We should try changing my blade, see if that helps. All right, there we go. Now we got it. Now we're only going to glue this down on 3 sides, of course, because we want it to be a pocket. And you don't want to come up too high because you want as much room in your pocket as possible. So we're just doing a real thin little bead along 3 sides. And we're going to line it up here on the side and at the bottom as best we can. There we go. And now we have a pocket, y'all. Mush it down, make sure we get a good stick. All right. Now this side, we're only going to do the bottom and the side. Goodness gracious, this paper is fibrous. I like to hold my pocket on the side that I'm not gluing. That way I don't get confused and glue the wrong side. Because I have done that before, y'all. But I'm not gluing the little edge right there. We're going to leave a little bit of a flap. Make sure everything lines up. And we do. Again, we're going to mush it down. All right, y'all. We have a legal pad portfolio. We need something on the spine, don't you think? What should we put on the spine? Oh, I wonder if we could make one of these work. Let's see. Well, it's a little too wide, I believe. Let's see what it looks like when we... You know what? It might hurt. We're going to have to trim a little bit of it off. So, we need to trim off 11 3/4, quarter of an inch. Let's get in here. And I can't see the mark. There's little marks on this side that are like quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch, but I can't see them. So we're just gonna measure it to 11 3/4. Because that's what we cut all of our other paper to. All right. So I think that'll work, don't you? I guess I should have went through these and see if I picked one out that was better. Oh, well, I like this one. All right. So now we're going to glue this little bad boy down for a spine. I still forget sometimes that y'all can't see me when I pull this up to actually where I can see it because I have short arms. I don't know which way this is supposed to go. We're going to put it this way. I don't know if that's right, but that's which way we're going. I'm off a little bit. I'm going to down. Let's see if that worked. Look at that, y'all. We have a quote on the spine. That is too cute. I should have trimmed it a little bit. Good thing the glue hasn't dried all the way yet. When I folded it up, y'all, it stuck out a little bit. So we're going to shave some off. Because, shaving paper is what we do here at Cussin Crafts. I don't know which end to shave off, but now that it's all right. So let's take it down. I don't want to take it down that much. We just need a little bitty bit off of it. I'm trying to get it straight, y'all. Y'all know I struggle with this. All right. So we're going to sink our blade this time. Oh, we got a jumper. That would have been much easier to do if I hadn't already put glue on it. Oh, man. All right. And look, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it has got some fuzzies. So let's literally shave our paper here. We're going to trim some of these fuzzies off real quick. Get those little fibrous parts off. And that trimmer does this on some paper, not all paper. Not all paper is this fibrous. So, but it's okay because we can fix almost anything. Like I say all the time, it is just paper. A little shrapnel up. All right, let's try this again. Didn't work this time, y'all. We're just gonna say, you got a crooked spine. It'll be all right. Again, trying to get up here where y'all can actually see what I'm doing. I think it's because I'm short. My arms are short, and I try to pull it down here where I can see it. And I know that's not a good excuse, but it's the only one I got. My 17-year-old son tells me I have T-Rex arms, so because he thinks he's all that because he's taller than me now, but it's all right. It's all in good fun. All right. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Well, it would have looked better if I got it straight, but I like it. What do y'all think? All right. So now we need to put our hardware on, and to do that, I unfortunately can't do it here on camera because we found that hammering these in. Let me show you what we use. You have to have a solid wood surface, and unfortunately, I don't have. Look, these two are hooked together. I don't have a wood table here in my craft room. But let me show you what we do. I get these off of Amazon, and it's the hardware that just goes on here. And what I do is I flip it upside down again so I can see. Let me push this up here. And I get my centering ruler out. And this was 9.5 So technically we should have 4 3/4 on each side, but I am human. And let's see, let's get over here. It's a really cool ruler. You put 0 in the middle and it counts out on either side. And I go 1/2 inch from my paper, the top of my paper. And then I've got 4 3/4 and 4 3/4 on that side. And I put just a teeny tiny little pencil mark right there at 0. Of course, you're not going to be able to see that teeny tiny little pencil mark on this paper, but there is a teeny tiny little pencil mark. And then what I do is I take this and center it up. Now I use the edge of the paper, center this up, and I make 2 marks right here because that's where I need to punch my holes. Y'all with me so far? And we pull out our We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile, and I cut these on the 3/16 size. And you just come up here and match up your little hole. Easier said than done when you're trying to do this on camera. Just like that. Then we come over here to this pencil mark. Just like that. And then we've got 2 holes. This will sit just like this. And it comes with the hardware. And again, I got these on Amazon. Got a top and a bottom. Here's my 2 bottoms. And here's the 2 tops. And what we do is, I'll show y'all how to do it. I won't be able to hammer it on this table, unfortunately. But show you on one side. That comes up here like this. That part goes like that. And stick your tongue out, it helps. And then this one is shorter, so it goes on top like that. And then it gets hammered together. So it's kind of like an eyelet or a rivet, so to speak. And it'll hold that on there. And like I said, unfortunately, I can't do it on my table because my table's not solid enough, sturdy. It's not sturdy enough. So, but just use your imagination. Put that there. Isn't that cool looking? And again, we will take that off for just a second. If our calculations were correct, we've got room for our legal pad right down here in this pocket. Just like that. And it closes up nice and neat. And again, that'll be on top once Shane puts the hardware on for me. So let me bring these 2 back in so you can see them, what I'm talking about with the hardware. Better not lose those. Wouldn't be able to put the hardware on if we lost them. And then cute little Scooby-Doo. These are so cute, y'all, and they're so just functional and useful in everyday life. I really like them. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, please, please, please. It just helps me out. If you give me a thumbs up, you know you like this video, YouTube will suggest it to other people, and that helps me out as well. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come hang out with the craziness over here at Cussin Crafts. So I am still trying to be good and not cuss too much, but you know, it happens. You never know when one will slip out. And why didn't y'all say, Nikki, put your pen back in your glue, put your pen back in. All right, y'all, that's it for today. We'll come back with something else fun to make. I'm not sure what yet. But whatever it is, we're going to have fun doing it and we'll do it together. So thanks again for hanging out with me for a while. Y'all have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye now.